A Nigerian custom officer was found dead in a hotel in Katsina State after it was said he spent the night with 3 women. Mr. Lawal Tukur was said to be in his late 30s or early 40s thereabouts and was said to be the assistant superintendent of customs based in Katsina State. It's unclear if he was married, but it is believed that he had his own family with a wife and children and was doing pretty well for himself. However, on the 15th of October 2025, it was said that he lodged in a hotel called Mojani Hotel in Katsina State, believably on the 14th of October. And on that 14th of October, according to the hotel managers, he had arrived with 2 women. One of the women by the name of Khadija Ali, who they say was 34 years old. Another woman by the name of Aisha Lawal, who was in her 30s. And he first started his night in that hotel with these 2 women before a third woman later joined in, probably the early hours of the same day he died, by the name of Hasfat Yusuf, who they say was the youngest amongst the 3 women, in her 20s, early 20s. Some sources say 21, other sources say 22. And they all stayed in the hotel with this man till the next morning. Now, what is not clear is if his body was found along with the women, if it was the women that raised the alarm. Given what we know how circumstances like this turn out to be, it is believable that the women had already left, because the report is the hotel or receptionists and managers who had come to check him out and clean the room found him unresponsive. They found him dead before involving the authorities. It could also be that it's through investigations that they were able to trace all the other women who had come to spend the night with him. It's unclear if these other women had been taken into custody or arrested, because from what is being reported, they believe it could have been an overdose of substance that he may have taken, or poisoning, because they found a drug-like sachet, something that seemed to have been used to consume drugs, in the baskets. Although the substance in that sachet had not been identified, they are either believing it could have been poison or it could have been an effect of a drug used to be with the 3 women. When his body was found, it was taken to a hospital and then eventually taken for autopsy. But from what we are hearing, given that he is of an Islamic background, he has been buried. Now, we don't know anything regarding the women. We don't know if they've been arrested, if they are suspects. We don't know what the autopsy result is going to bring, but I already feel and I have a sense of what this could be, and I suspect it's some sort of cardiac arrest, some sort of effect of something he had taken to enhance his performance, to be with 3 women. Because we're not talking about 1 woman here, we're talking about 3 women, 2 of whom were in their 30s. Only one of them was 22. And this may surprise a lot of you people, but incidents like these are way too common. Some people are already like, we've seen this too many times. If you just go on your Google and type man found in a hotel after spending the night with a woman in Nigeria, you're gonna see images that tells you multiple stories of different men who have been seen found dead in such situations. And half the time, 90 to 95% of this incident turns out that, energy drinks were found in the room, medications were found in the room, certain drugs had been used in the room. And it just goes to show you that half the time in cases like this, it's usually the effect of certain things taken by these men to enhance their sexual performance. It's unfortunate, but to be fair, this is sort of an interesting way to go. Like, let's talk about it briefly. I know a lot of people would have to judge him, but when you look at it and be like, oh my God, in all the 1,000 ways to die, one could die in a plane crash, in a car accident, one could fall sick, one could be shot, one could be stabbed. But imagine going with a bang. Imagine having to go right after you come. Or imagine after you come, you go. Come and go. It's not funny. We shouldn't laugh at it. But at the end of the day, maybe this man really wanted to try his luck and see how far he can go, because he was already there with 2 women. in their 30s for that matter. So these are mature, these are sexually mature women. So you know they're going to ride him up until he gets to heaven or wherever he's going to see them 7 or 70 virgins. But they sure read him to a point. And somewhere along the line, clearly he wasn't satisfied with the 2 women. And he's like, you know what, let's get one more. And he got one more. And I guess, yeah, it just needed, no, 3 is a lucky number. 3 is a very, very lucky number. And unfortunately for him in this situation, it's a very unlucky number. Stories like this usually just causes embarrassment for the initial family of these men who turn out to do this. No child wants to see that their dad died in a hotel after sleeping with 3 women in one night. Oh my God. Jesus. Nobody wants to see this on the news. Lucky we don't even have images of his body found in a hotel, because typically with stories like this, you see the men found in a hotel, the videos are circulated. It's really embarrassing. So for a lot of our older men or middle-aged men out there who want to experiment with the pleasures of life, try not to take medications that would enhance your performances. It's okay if you're 2 minutes. That will save you time and energy. You know, you can do 2 minutes every day, but at a stretch, trying to have intercourse with 3 women when you know your blood pressure is off the roof, when you know you're no longer in your youth, when you don't even go to the gym, when you don't even listen to your doctors when they tell you don't eat this, don't do that. Really, sex is not an exercise. Just because you sweat doing it doesn't mean it's going to replace you taking a jog or taking a run. At the end of the day, stories like this just have to reflect men's health, the health of men of a certain age who want to still be sexual, because what we see here is that many of them want to overcompensate. But one thing I will never understand is, as a man paying 3 women for sex, or you're paying a woman for sex, why are you even taking enhancements? Are you trying to satisfy a prostitute? Are you trying to satisfy a whore? Are you trying to pleasure a hookup girl that really is here for the money? She's not there to ejaculate. She's not there to get orgasms. She is there to please you, get her money and go. But you see these men on a daily buying a power horse, buying bullets, buying all this energy drink as though they are preparing for war, as though they are expecting some kind of scoring after they are done with the woman. They're expecting, oh, wow, you are so good, I'll give you a 10. It's stupid. It's of no use. Nobody cares. These women are going to get their money and they will move on to the next elderly man they see, to the next man who is going to pay. And funny enough, they don't even put as much energy into satisfying their own wives at home, which is ironic that you are willing to buy all these energy drinks, all these enhancing drugs, all this manpower to please a Karua or a Kwanangida. I mean, who does that? Who spend money to hire prostitutes to please them? Nigga, they are there for you. So even if you last 2 minutes or you spend 1 minute, that is okay. They don't care. But you see a lot of them do too much. You see a lot of them try too hard, and then they end up bursting their blood pressure nerve, their blood vessels. They burst their blood vessels and lose their life in the process, and leave the shame for the woman at home you are unable to even satisfy. For the woman at home who you've neglected. You have a wife at home, but you came to a hotel with 3 grown women. I mean, in as much as that is a pleasant way to go when you look at it, to be honest with you, giving all the ways to die, I would rather die that way. But at the same time, it should be like, you know, a thing of choice, but not a thing of carelessness, not a thing of not making sure that you are fit for that kind of sport. It's unfortunate. May he rest in peace. May his family be able to bear this embarrassing loss. Thank God, pictures and videos of him in the hotel lying dead is not circulating. Otherwise, damn, that would be stuck on the internet for days for his children and grandchildren to see. You know, his children could have their own children, and one day they will be telling his grandkids, hey, hi, your grandfather, used to be a custom officer back in the day. And the grandchildren will be like, really? What's his name? Let me Google him. Yeah. If I was the child, I'm not going to tell my kids their grandfather's name, because we know when they Google his name, yeah, they'll be confused. Dad, is it the one that died in a hotel with 3 women? We're just going to leave his legacy pure. Don't Google his name or give him a name that they will not be able to find him on the internet for, because nobody wants to see that. Imagine every time you Google your family name, you see that, oh, your great grandfather died in a hotel with 3 women. I mean, you might be proud of him, but, well, it's still embarrassing. Well, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.